Good morning. How's it going? Okay. Oh wait, I don't have my chat open. Give me a second. You go over there. YouTube chat can go over there. That seems about right. Okay, goody. Okay, what are we working on today? I suspect we are just going to continue with the night passive ability, hey? Yeah. So we finished the growing thing yesterday. Everything essentially works with that, I think. Okay. It's obviously there's a lot of stuff we still need to tweak, but we did at least get quite a bit of it working. I think the next part I want to do well, it would obviously be okay. So we wanted it to have like a damage over time, or some kind of a tick, or just some kind of damage that should happen on occasion, right? So you scale up, and that's good. And then from there, I wanted some kind of a visual effect and a damage zone that triggers. Right? Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we can start building the visual effects, I guess. We should also clean up this code a little bit eventually. Okay. Let's first see if everything works correctly with things like movement speed and animations. Oh, that's the other thing. Let's finish that first. Let's make him go slow. Or, okay, let's just quickly start the timer. So what I'm thinking is, okay, created one page. Okay, so obviously when you get big, right, when you get gigantified, you need to move slower, right? Okay, let's see if I cannot find where that is applied. So I think I apply, okay, character scale gets set there, and then remap the curves and all that good stuff. Okay, and that's very nice. So that's status effect itself. Oh yes, then I have the player passive effect manager that I made, which is essentially the thing with all the timers to apply these buffs and things at certain times. Okay, so this is where I apply the buff to movement speed to make you slower. Now, I'm not actually sure if this is actually working the way I intend. So, just to test it out, we should test this, right? So, this apply buff. Okay, so it applies a buff, and that's good. And we get the buff amount, which returns if buffs is equal to null. Okay, so that just basically means there's no buff applied and the buffs weren't made. Buff amount total with a given stat, all that good stuff needs to happen, and that gets calculated here with the stat name. Now, specifically for movement speed, we just always need to make sure this is called at an appropriate time, get stat total. So we need to make sure the stats are actually updated the moment the movement speed is actually reduced. Right. Let's see how that works with the debuffs, right? So with the debuffs, you apply a debuff. You see, here's the thing. Apply character stats needs to be called at some point when the buff or the debuff is applied, because that updates all the stats for us. I thought so. So in character buff, when we apply a buff of any kind, after it's been applied, we need to call apply character stats. Right, and that'll at least trigger the, well, essentially what this thing does, so we can go look at that quickly. So what this does is it just basically goes and it gets the stat manager for a start, and then grabs the attack speed and applies it, and grabs the movement speed and applies it, and it sets the animation speed multiplier. Okay. This is the move animation speed multiplier specifically. Let's see what happens when we apply attack speed. So that also sets your animator attack speed, which means your attack speed will be multiplied as well. So I kind of think we should be reducing our attack speed as well in that case. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so our passive effect. Yeah, I kind of think we should do movement speed and attack speed here. Right, so especially for the knight, because you get big and strong, and I think you should be slow in general, right? And that means attacks and movement should be slower. The actual animations themselves would be slower. Now, I don't know if they're going to slow down in the correct amount, but this is proportional, right? So hopefully it feels correct. Let's try it. So I kind of want to make the knight have a much stronger base strength, so I'm going to make it 0.5. Well, actually, I don't need to change that there. Let's just play. I need to see if I still have a good party here. Okay, a bunch of chickens. That's good. Oh, did I play in dev mode? Damn it. I might not be in dev mode. Okay, I am. Okay, so we can play. Let's say this chicken has a base stat of 0.5, so that's quite a strong one, right? It's 50%. Okay, we can let it be applied. So let's see. Now I should grow significantly, right? I don't feel much slower, to be honest. Yeah, nothing feels slower. Like, as opposed to when I run in here. That doesn't work either. Okay, well, that's interesting. So none of these buffs or debuffs for movement speed is really being applied. Yeah, look at that. I can just run here. It's not a problem. I kind of want to do a damage one as well. I don't know if that's going to work. Okay, so applying the buff. I'm not sure why. Unless the character buffs just don't work currently. Okay, so let's see. So we apply a buff and we check if there's not a key. Then we add a new buff. We do our thing and then update. Okay, so get buff. Is get buffed ever called? That's kind of my worry. Let's do a debug.log. Buff amount total. So I just want to see if the buff is ever called and then what the actual total is. And then in my stat manager, well, damage is actually an easy one to check, right? Because get damage is called every time we... Yeah, get stat total damage would have been called any time we actually do any damage, right? So it'll come here and it'll see with the stat name, it'll return a stat base with stat name, and that is just the character data with the stat name, the inventory with the stat name, so those are two flat values, multiplied by 1 plus our character debuff amount and our character buff amount. We can also do a debug.log here. Stat base. Okay, so we can try that one as well. Well, what we can do here is do stat name plus stat base. So something like that. Stat name plus stat base, the space in between. Okay. And the most important thing is that we actually get the stat total and that it gets applied, which currently kind of doesn't seem like it does. Because apply character stats should be called once a buff is applied. Yeah, every time we put a buff on a character, it should be applied. And technically, every time we remove a buff, I should update the character stats as well, right? So when a buff gets applied, a new buff gets applied, we put it in. When a buff gets removed, we do it there as well. Okay, let's just see what happens. Okay, so I'm not gonna do much. I'm just gonna run into places. Okay. Alright, something is calling. Get buff amount every frame. Calculate base stats. So why would it get called every frame? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so it's not for... Okay, let's do a... You know what? Let's do a debug. Just do a stat name over there. I just want to see which stat is spamming this thing so much. Max health. Why would max health get called every frame? Okay, let's do this. Okay, movement speed was called. Yeah, no, something's not right here. Okay. That's really unfortunate. You mean collapse like that? Yeah, that's way simpler. Yeah, I'm not sure why max health is called so many times. Let's give it a let's give it a look. It should tell me, right? So player manager. Okay, drain selected character stamina. Set stamina. Character stat manager. Why would that? Get stat total, stat name. This is so weird. Okay, I see. I see now. So it's this dumb thing. Yeah, actually, I really don't need to do this. Well, I don't think I need to do this. I don't need to send through everything for every single thing I do. Okay, so let's not do that. When the current health changes, okay, fine, we can do that then. Now experience changes. Actually, why do I even do the max health call here? I'm not even sure. This is like super long ago that I did this. Okay. So that should let the thing get less spammed. Hello, Wallaby, by the way. Okay. So let's see, just over here we get update gameplay UI. Okay, yeah, that kind of makes sense. So every time we update the UI in some way, we have to update the health bar, and we update the health bar with the max health always. Same with the stamina and experience. I just don't understand why I... Okay, so here we had attack speed and movement speed calls at least. Damage calls. Okay, this was the character buff. Hello, Brody. Hello, Damon. What is this one? Ah, okay, and that just returns the buff amount. Okay, I'm gonna give it another go. I can't tell what is happening. Only my... Brody, it's going okay, I would say. Got some cool things to work, but yeah, overall things are a bit dodgy. Specifically with some of my new some of my new features aren't exactly working the way I intend them to work. Alright, so max health and stamina keeps getting updated. Movement speed, attack speed, 0. Okay, if I walk in here... Okay, so movement speed and attack speed gets updated as they should get updated, right? But the only problem is they don't change. Right, so this is the movement speed up and the stat base. Calculate stat base. Why is it returning a 0? Or do I need to do a 2 string here? It makes no sense. Yeah, the movement thing somehow is just not working. Okay, so let's think about this. The character data for the chicken, this should be 0. Okay? As far as I understand, that should be 0, so that's okay. He doesn't have anything in his inventory, so that's 0. Okay. No, wait, is it 0? What exactly is this thing getting when it's getting movement speed, actually? So if we give it movement speed, we would return... So let's just check something here. So my... Oh, how'd you go with the render texture things? I fixed it. Yeah, so the render texture was a setting that I had changed in my render pipeline settings or something for the decals specifically. These decals that you see over here, and it's somehow caused the render textures to explode if you make a build. I don't exactly know how that works, but anyway. Yeah, it was, I don't know if I can find the setting again. Let's see, URP. Wow. There's a lot of stuff here. Man, I didn't struggle this way. Oh wait, let's just stop the game from running. Yeah, so it was something... You can go to project settings, right? Graphics. And find your... I think, is it the RP asset one? Or... No, it might have been the... There's another one. Not RP asset. PC renderer. Yeah. It's this one, the PC renderer. So you see here, there's a decal setting that Well, it changes the way the decals project a little bit. I set the technique to screen space because it made the decals look more vibrant, right? It made the color much clearer. And I thought that looked good when I was playing around with this. So I left it that way. And when I was going back to try and fix my render texture problem, as soon as I set this back to automatic, my decals all became a little duller. Like, they didn't look as good, but it fixed the problem. Like, that is the decal without that setting, and as soon as I put it on screen space, okay, now you can't see it now. Maybe I was just imagining things, but I remember it was something with a decal. I changed that for a reason. But yeah, after I reverted that specific setting, the game worked again. Very strange. Okay. Okay, let's figure out how the hell is movement speed working. So movement speed starts at 0. So, but this is a multiplier. Oh. I think I've been dumb. I think I know now why. Yeah. Wannabe. Ugh, all my code is problematic if I'm completely honest. But you might remember, I don't know if you were here, but I changed a little bit of the code here. And I think that is the problem. So when it comes to this stat base over here, attack speed and movement speed was handled differently, and I thought when I saw it, I'm like, oh, this shouldn't be like that, and I removed it because I thought it should be the same, but actually it shouldn't. Right, so all of this should look like that, because the thing with attack speed and movement speed is it's always a percentage, so multiplying it would many times have no effect. You need to add the percentages together. Yeah, attack speed and movement speed always work as a percentage, and they need to be changed additively. The other stats are flat values that you multiply by a percentage, or you add a percentage on top of them. But like you start with 0% movement speed, right? Because it's always affecting your base movement speed. That's why I did this. And the same with attack speed. Yeah. Okay, let's get rid of that. So it should work now again. Yeah, because it's just that one change I made, and it obviously broke everything. Yeah, it's amazing how overly complicated my old code can be. Because I feel like I'm getting more sophisticated with my code. So I would have thought my new code is more complicated, but turns out, there we go. Now we lose 50% movement speed, which is exactly right. And if we exit, there we go fast again. Okay, and now if I start applying these buffs, so let's apply 3 of them. We should also lose a bunch of movement speed. There we go. Okay, we're not... I don't feel that much slower, to be honest. Like, that feels like a proper slow. Yeah, no, for sure. That's definitely slower. This doesn't feel much slower. Yeah, no, that's not a movement speed decrease. Same with the attack speed, it doesn't get applied. Yeah. Okay, now I'm slow because I ran out of... Yeah, that's true, hey? I make a shortcut, then I forget the shortcut, and then I'm screwed. Okay, so interestingly, it seems like the movement speed, it gets printed here as some kind of a penalty. A 60% reduction. Okay, let's clear. Yeah, so it definitely applies supposedly a 60% reduction in attack speed and movement speed, and then it reverts. But I don't really feel that. Okay, so let's see. So it did apply. I think it applied because... Wait. This... Yeah, it came from here. So the get stat total was called. Let's just see where this call came from. Okay, so why did that not apply? So it came from character buffs, player manager, character stat manager. Yeah, apply active character stats. Apply stats active character. Right here. So I do apply attack speed, and I set my movement stats, and I set my animation speed multiply here. But it doesn't seem to really change. Nah, my word. Okay, let's see. Apply attack speed, character manager, character manager, attack trigger, update attack speed, get attack speed. So in my attack trigger, update attack speed, so that just sets up my attack speed as my new attack speed. That is just applying the multiplier here. Damn, some of this stuff's super random. You know what? There's actually one thing we could check with the attack speed, because the attack speed is, or it should at least. Just see. Okay, so apply attack speed gets called. This update attack speed in the animator. It should get a new attack speed. Let's see what it actually does with the new attack speed. So new attack speed over 100. So let's say that's 0.6. Oh, okay. I already see the problem here. So it is actually updating, but yeah, there's a couple of issues here, right? I don't allow attack speed to go down for a starter. Okay. Okay, so I need to rework the way attack and movement speed changes are made. Because looking at this, I can see why my attack speed won't change. Because first of all, I do new attack speed, this number. So if we just debug here, right, just to verify. And we say animation, let's say attack animation speed, and then we do plus new attack speed, right? Yeah, so the problem is here, you can already see, what do I expect? I expect something like a 20 or a 30 or, you know, whatever, some attack speed as a percentage. But I'm giving it a 0.6, and 0.6 is not going to make a big difference. And then I also clamp it, so even if it's a negative number, it can't go below 1. So first of all, I need to clamp it from 0 to 2. Okay, yeah, so I'm doing weird stuff like this, where my attack speed gets passed through as a percentage, I think, and the movement speed gets passed the same way. Yeah, 0 would pause the animation, you're right. So 0.1 is probably a safe. Yeah. No, I do think new attack speed is a very small number. So we'll put the debug log there. And then what we can do is just go back and look at this update attack speed. So this new attack speed is also, I think, getting passed through and multiplied by 0.01, which effectively is dividing by 100, right? Because I'm passing in a very small number. Yeah, gets that total attack speed. That's not a problem. But yeah, and I think movement speed is exactly the same, actually. So one way I can fix this quickly and easily, but this whole system feels a little bit feels a little bit ugly to me. But one way I can quickly fix this is just when I apply the buff, I need to make it not a percentage increase, but not a fractional increase. I need to multiply these by 100, right? Just doing that will already make a big difference. How exactly did I do my debuffs then? That doesn't... Did I really do my debuffs as big ass numbers like that? Can't really tell from here, can you? Get buff amount, so it's just 0, but I don't actually know what the buff amount is. Debuff strength, that it'll get from apply debuff. Gets called from the enemy building area effect. Effect strength is a scriptable object. Damn. This code feels so flippin' overly complicated, but anyway. Yeah, okay, so if we look at this totem and we click on a scriptable object, we should see a big number. Yeah, I'm feeling the same right now. I maybe should never have done the float thing. It just kept it big numbers, you know. Yeah, so let's see this movement speed one. Yeah, 50. They're all big numbers. Ah, geez, this is such an annoying way. Why am I like this? Like, I'm doing it 20 different ways. Like, just looking through these totems, I can already tell I was high on something. So the character debuff totems. So this is one that debuffs your damage. Reduce play damage. Effect strength, minus 0.5. So it reduces your damage by 50%. And this one reduces your speed by 50%, minus 50. Flippin' amazing. Yeah. I should have just done this consistently. Oh, that's such a pain. Okay, but anyway, and then the enemies I seem to have used floats also. At least they both float. Ah, for crying out loud. Okay, but this should at least fix the problem with the immediate effect. It should work, but I'm not happy about it working because I did some very dumb things anyway. So yeah, so we can play, just clear all that stuff. Okay, cool. We go slow, we go fast. Okay, no problem there. We enable this one. Attack animation speed 0. Okay, no, that's fine. There we go. Now we go slower. Let's enable a few more. Get a big effect. I also don't think my damage is really increasing, is it? Oh, my damage did go up. I do 10 damage there. Okay, so it's working. But damn, I'm not happy about it. It's so dumb the way I've implemented this. And now, do I want to go through the pain of fixing it now? I kind of don't. Be honest. Let's hit some enemies to make ourselves feel better about the situation. Let's see. So when I get big, get very slow. Oh wait, did my attack animation not reset? Oh, I'm out of stamina, that's the problem. Yeah, no, it does reset. Oh no, getting slowed in a slow zone. This is terrible. Okay. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let's not get bogged down in this right now. We can do, on our to-do list, we can just go here and make a new thing. Okay. Oh, come on. Used floats and percentage values for buffs and debuff. Need to stand third eyes to use only one. Okay, there we go. Now we can forget about it. And let's work on this effect a little bit more. Let's get it working well and feeling good. Yeah, I'll do that other boring stuff another day. Okay, so but for now, okay, we said we wanted the chicken to grow. Yeah, so you go very slow, so it's not a pure win necessarily. It, like, you do get a bit slowed. Okay, we can take out some of these. But I think the next thing we should do then, on top of that, is we should make it so that you have... Okay, so we need visual effects, right? We need something to actually show off the fact that you have this ability being casted on you. You know, your character needs to go Super Saiyan or whatever the case. And then on top of that, we need to do another effect or something that shows a damage zone around you. Right, because I want there to be continuous damage in the vicinity. Right, so let's create empty here. Okay, so this would be like the glow. And I think the other one would be the damage area. Right, those two. Okay. So the glow effect. There's probably just something I can use. Let's go see. So I have a bunch of visual effect assets. I got VFX Toolkit the other day, and I started playing with it. And the nice thing about that is I should, in theory, in the future, be able to make nice looking visual effects that are at least consistent, so it doesn't look like I'm using different so it's not super obvious, at least, that I'm using different asset packs for my visual effects. So I want to do that, but I thought to myself, you know what, for today we can just make it look cool enough, and then we can also always improve on visuals in the future, right? It's one of those things that a game update or a few game updates later can be added or tweaked again. Or maybe not even. Maybe we just select one that just works and we like it. Okay, so let's see. We have this buff visual effects. So we have these two enhanced buffs. I don't know what they look like. So let's see. I think they might be glow effects. Okay, something like that. And this one? What do you look like? Okay, so it's just the little arrow things floating about. I guess, okay, if I had to keep any one of them, it'll be that one. I like that one more. That's not bad. I mean, it does communicate kind of what's happening, in a way. Right, so we can think about that one. But let's see what else we have. What's ground blast? Okay, these just seem like explosions, to be honest. So we don't really want an explosion per se. Elements. Oh no, that's just their base particle stuff. Okay, no, that's not the type of element I thought it was. Let us see. Magic field? That could be something. Let's see what a magic fields look like. Okay, something like that. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's not... too bad, maybe? I don't know. Okay, let's leave them there just in case we use them in some way. Oh, level up could be interesting as well. Don't know what these look like. Let's see. It's something, I guess. Okay, that's a quick, like, burst. Okay. Yeah, no, these... okay, no, not a shield, exactly. Okay, let's just check my other effects quickly. If anything stands out at me. And then we'll start tweaking these until they do look like what I want them to look like. What is cartoony footsteps? But actually, what is this? I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. That kind of ring. And this footstep one? Oh, it's just a little smoky. A smoke thingy. Experience gain, maybe that one looks good. I mean, that could be interesting. When you start to grow. We'll leave that one in case. Okay, what else? Fireball, not quite. Flamethrower, no. Glow spot, don't think so. Ground crack. That one is kinda okay. It's a little not great. But we'll leave it there for a bit. I might have another plan with that one. I wonder what these impacts look like. Impact stone. You know what? I should move all this stuff I'm doing. Let's move it over there, where the ground is more flat, because I think some of my effects are just clipping into the ground. Okay. Why am I not seeing the particles? Oh, that is the particles. What? That's just some smoke. Okay, here we have a level up. I don't know. What does the magic blast look like? Like that. Power draw. I think this is for like a beam cannon thing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it looks cool, but not exactly what I want. This shard magic. Shard rock explosion. That could look interesting. Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting, but I don't think this is exactly what I want, right? It does look kind of cool. Okay. Okay, Shard Rock, as cool as you are, that's not going to work for us. Okay, so let's come up with something here. So this is... Okay, so I kind of got a bunch of stuff here, both for my glow effect on the character as well as my actual surrounding thing. Let's just get this to be on 0 here. Okay. So we could play this, for instance, once. So not let it, not let it loop. Oh, it's not even looping. How's it not looping? This doesn't make any sense. Well, this specific one was like 60 cents or something on the Unity Asset Store the other day. It was on a 98% discount. Flash sale. The one that this one came from. I got it in January, though, when it was part of a Humble Bundle, I think. That's now the specific one you're looking at right now. Okay, then we also get that. We get an orange field as well. Get the level up. Yeah, these are not quite what I want. But let's try something here. I think the orange and red field are gonna have to go. I don't like that. Yeah, the Asset Store had a big it was a summer sale. So there was a lot of good stuff to grab. Okay, let's just see if I take off the bottom ring. Okay, that's that ring. I think I might want to take these off, actually. Is this the... Yeah, it's that thing. Okay. And this one, I think I'm also going to take off the bottom ring, I think. Is it really a decal? Okay, I don't know how this is gonna look, but we can... try it. I mean, okay, this is something else entirely. Yeah, the footstep stuff, I don't think that's what I wanted. I kind of like the experience gain. We'll see if we can't make that work as well. Okay. Now the rest of these... Oh, that's a level up. Yeah, no, not the magic blast. That one does not look great. Okay, I think these all need to go into the damage area. Right, something like that. Yeah, just go back to the center, thank you. Alright, you can switch that off. Let's see if we restart. Okay, so I'm gonna make a plan. Yeah, okay, so this is the crack. Now, I like the idea of the crack. Only problem is it doesn't use a decal, so this texture, the ground crack itself, kind of looks shit most times. Because it's not a decal. Let's try and fix that. So let's unpack this and see what I can do. No, you know what? Actually, this is now a complicated one. I don't want that to be stuck to my character, do I? Yeah, so you know what I should do? I should spawn a decal. Actually. Okay, let's not worry about the decal at the moment. We'll switch off the crack part. And keep the blast. Okay. Now, these ones, what I kind of want to do... Yeah, I think those ones. The cartoony ring, I think I can work with this one as well. Let's see. Oh yes, you can do simulation space world. That's right. Uh-huh. Okay. Skating mode local. That could be fine. Let's just see what that does for us. Okay, so something like that. Now this might not be exactly what I want here, but we are cooking on, right? So we're mixing a few effects here, and it might look like something in a minute. It's not looking like much right now. Okay, these ones, I kind of want to do a bunch of them. In a few different locations. Alright, something like that. And then I want to mix in a few of these as well. I should have made them place a little bit more randomly perhaps, but I'm trying something, right? This might not work, but it also could work, so let's see. Let's switch off the gizmos. Okay, so some of them are looping. It's not you. It's these ones. I don't want to loop right now. You are not looping. You are not looping. Okay, cool. So let's see if I... How's it looping? Which ones are looping? Is it these ones now? No, they just have one. It's these 4. But I'm sure I switched off looping. Ah, might be their... Yeah, their children are looping now. Please don't loop. I have a plan. Okay. Yeah, so the extra puffs are kind of doing something, yeah? Now, what would be cool is the ground crack for sure. The only problem with the ground crack right now is it's not a decal, so it kind of looks a little shit if you ask me. Okay, so my idea is that a pulse like this will emit from your character every once in a while. Whatever that means. So we'll have to think about that. Okay. Okay, so these ones I'm not too concerned with. The glow effect, though, so I kind of want... I need to think about how I want this to work. Okay, so I could use this MMF player. Yes, it can do a lot of things for me. Yeah, we can do a particles play, for instance. How many can I give it? I wonder. Let's just lock that because it's annoying. Okay, what if I do this? Okay, so that doesn't quite work the way I'd like it. Ah, you know what we could do? I have a plan, yeah, I have a plan. Okay, so we could do the particle play first. Okay, let's think about this. Okay, so let's see. So we can have this experience gain one play, right? So we could do that one. Right, so that one plays. We just need to be sure it waits. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna say 0.6. So it'll wait 0.6 seconds. Right. Then we can do another particle system. So we gain the experience. That's cool. And then I kind of want... Let's see. I think I'm gonna take this one off. Maybe we go with this one, and then we just keep that glow. Yeah, let's try that. So we want to play the level up right after. So let's just restart that one. See. Okay, so really like 0.8 seconds. Okay. Okay, let's try that. So we play the experience gain, then the level up after that. So we sequence those particles. Then this one, I kind of want to play it right after. So this one should be looping. Yeah, so let's do 2 more particles play. Could I do a particle stop? Oh, I can. Okay. I want to duplicate this one. Okay, so we'll do it there. Okay, so this one's going to be straightforward. It's going to take the level up. That one. Play it immediately. And then as soon as the scale goes down, it's going to grab the same one and stop it. Alright, that's the idea. Okay, so now we should have a nice little sequence for our growing of our character. Which I think is going to be cool. Okay. Okay, then obviously we want these ones to do a bunch of things as well. If I just add a component particle system here. And I don't know how this works exactly. Yeah, if I add this particle system, and you know, I can just switch off emission and shape, render it. So I switch off everything on this one. Okay, but if I restart it, it does play everything inside, right? That's good. Okay, enhance buff, I think I'm going to turn you off. Okay, so this one I can now play. Every once in a while. Right? So we could do that here. So let's see, timing scaled or unscaled. Let's see, so okay, we can do delays and cooldowns. Interrupt. Okay, let's not think about that too much right now. So I think the damage area I'll control in a script the good old-fashioned way. Because that just seems easier. I could still do an MMF feedback. Yeah, I could. There's a way that I could think that could look nice. Yeah, maybe I should. Okay, so this is my idea. So that's the damage area. And then I kind of want to duplicate this and do it damage area random. Right, and this is kind of the idea. So the random effects. So this one, those two are not random, right? These small ones, I want to fire them randomly. So, yeah, we could actually get rid of this, remove that. Can I add another one? Yeah. Huh. I actually don't know. Well, what we could do, we could just add another MMF layer. Right. And then I add a particles play. Alright. And here's my idea. So we tell it every time we don't need a bound particle, just need the random particle. So we give it, let's say, all of these. Does that work? I think I'm overcomplicating this again. Yeah, you know what? I'll overcomplicate it later. Let's get rid of this for now. Okay, so we got our enhance effect and all that good stuff. Let's play it and just see what happens, right? Okay, so all of these, just make sure nothing here is play on awake. Alright, we don't actually want that to happen. Same with all of these. Don't play on awake. Okay, so that effect is now on all players, right? On any character. Because it's on my base character, so anybody should be able to glow and do all the cool glowing things. Just have a look at and see what actually happens here. Okay. Obviously, some of them still play it on awake. So let's just stick that in there. Brody, you want to glow too? You can glow. Let's see. Okay, I mean, it worked. The effect is a little small. I didn't realize how big the chicken was gonna be. But that looks pretty good, right? That works. So the level up is there. It's just way too small. So yeah, we need to make sure it's big enough. We need to scale that whole effect. The whole ass effect needs to be scaled. Okay, so the question is... Scaling mode is local... Local... Local. The level up is not looping. I want that one actually to loop. Let's take all of these and, you know, scale them to twice the size. I think that'll be good. And I want the one to loop. The level up should loop. You know, it might even need to be scaled more. Ooh, okay, wait. Wait. This is not right. Okay, we need to be sure the right things are scaling here. Or we just need to set the other things to scale in a hierarchy. So yeah, all of this stuff needs to do scale hierarchy. So that when I change the scale of this thing to 2, yeah, they go with... yeah. Scale to 2. I also feel like we can do at least... This thing does a burst? Really? Doesn't seem like it's doing a burst. That's better. That's way more bursty. Okay, this one, let's just make sure all your thingies inside are set to scaling hierarchy. And then we can set this to 2. And restart that. Okay. That should look better. Let's give it a play. Now obviously still things that play on Awake. Because they want to be annoying. Wait, why do I have errors now? Okay, that's unfortunate. So let's get a few buffs in here. I'll fix the play on Awake. That's my bad. So we run around, we like la 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 la, and we get buffed. Now we beg. We're a kaiju. Okay. Why was I doing 7 damage earlier? Okay. So that looks pretty good, right? It looks pretty good. It's not perfect by any means, because there's still a couple of problems with the playing of these things. Okay, so this one, let's just make sure you do not do... Okay, you should loop and not play on Awake, please. Okay, that's fine with that one. I think this one is okay. I think these would be okay, but these ones are not, so don't play on Awake, please. Okay. Now, I don't know why this level up one isn't playing. Also, I don't really like the thing on the ground that much. I don't know which one that is. The light itself is fine. And please tell me it's not this. Is it this? Oh, it is. Okay, we'll just switch that one off. Yeah, that's better. I don't know if I like that. The problem with that is it's gonna clip through things, right? It's gonna clip because the terrain does this. So we'll work with that one instead. Okay. So that should be the glow effect. Now, I don't know, the level up effect doesn't seem to play. Even though I tell it to play over here. Then I tell it to stop over here. So the only logical explanation is that it's stopping immediately. It's not waiting for the scale animation to finish. That's what I think is happening. I'm not really sure how that works. I would have thought that there's an easy way to check this. Can play. The only thing it kind of feels like everything just plays at the same time, and that's not what I wanted to do at all. Maybe we should look at it while it's playing, and then maybe that'll tell us a little bit more what is happening. Maybe it's my lack of information. So let's go find the chicken that. Okay, so here we are. Okay, character status effect, chicken night, visual effects. So the way I understand this... Okay, let's see. If I activate a bunch of chickens and I play... Ah, they all play simultaneously. That is definitely not what I want. I want them to play in sequence. Aha. And the wait. They should wait for each other to do their thing. At least that's what I... Yeah. Nah, yeah, this is wrong. Okay, let's see. This duration... I do set that. Yeah, that's fine. What is an sequence? Is that a new... sequencer? What does that do? What is an sequence? I don't know. Okay. Feel how to play in sequence. Unity. I should probably do this tutorial. That could have helped. Okay, so it seems like these feedbacks are just playing all at the same time, which is kind of missing the point. I would suppose I could just do the timing and have it work out. Well, there should be a setting where I can just change it here quickly, but it doesn't seem like that is a thing. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we have a feedback sequencer. Okay. Feedback sequencer, play loop, random sequence, play on start. Nope. Okay, I don't know what that is. Let's go to our night. Not in animations. Well, actually, I don't have any idea where to put this. Is it a script? No, probably not. Just put it in resource. Create. Okay, more mountains. Sequencer. Sequence. Okay. Let's do that. And this one would be the night status effect. Right? Not sure if this is what I'm supposed to do, but I suppose I can drag the sequence in there. Okay, how do I add things to the sequence? Object reference. Okay, the sequence is very much... Okay, sequence tracks. What do we add in this? ID, 0, key, space. Ah, my word, this doesn't seem at all what I want. Yeah, because, I mean, track color, track key, all that good stuff. You know, we can add sequences like that. I don't know what a quantized sequence is. Now, they all will have a key. Ah, okay. This is interesting. So we get that. Oh, that's interesting. So I can now do something like this. Very interesting. So I can have multiple... Okay. Ah, okay. Now I put the feedbacks in like that, right? Ah, okay. This is way too complicated. Okay. So this is like this whole feedback thing, this whole player got added in here now. And I think it'll just play all the feedback simultaneously. Yeah, that's a bit too much, I think. How to make feedback wait for previous no. Finish Unity feel. Okay, the pause feedback when played in a sequence of feedbacks with an MMF player. I feel like I shouldn't have to put a pause in. Um, oh, I can add the... I can add the sequence in here somehow. That seems as well. I don't know, this doesn't seem like... Yeah, to have it work with holding pauses. Yeah, okay, so there is something like holding a pause or something like that. Timing. Play settings. So what is a holding or a pause or anything like that? Is that an additional thing I need to put in? Like a pause? What does a pause actually do? This feedback will cause a pause when met, preventing any other feedbacks lower in the sequence to run until it's complete. Ah. Okay, pause duration 1 second. Okay, what about just a holding pause? What is a holding pause? Let's see. This feedback will hold or wait until all previous feedbacks have been executed and will then pause the execution of your F sequence for specified duration. Okay, now I see. So I need to put... Okay, so I can get rid of this feedback sequencer thing. It looks pretty cool, but I don't actually need it. Okay, so I can delete it for now, and then I can work with holding pauses if I don't want things to play simultaneously. Okay. So it seems like playing simultaneously is the normal way of working. Okay. Alright, so we just kind of don't want it to have a duration, right? And we want to put one there. So we have to put these everywhere where we want something to have a pause. So I think that's essentially what I wanted to do. So I wanted to play that one, hold, then play this one, hold, then play these two, hold, and then play that one at the end. Right. Okay. So that's the way. Apparently that's the way. We'll see now. Okay, let's just click on the chicken and go see the night status effect being applied when I click play. Yeah, okay. So the scale duration doesn't seem to be set correctly. Okay, well, let's just see how this looks. Okay, maybe I don't. Okay, so my scale duration is definitely not correct, right? It does not change appropriately, and I think I don't want this holding pause either. Unless it's got a time associated. No. So we can remove that one. Okay, so now these can play together. Now this scale, the animate scale duration, I'm assuming that's what sets that up. Yeah. Now we do change this. The only thing is it doesn't seem to change correctly. I don't know if that helps, but yeah, something is not. I think it's on the timing. I'm not sure, but it doesn't seem to want to have a time. The time doesn't update, right? So if I make this like 6 seconds. Let's make it like 6 seconds and give it a play and see what happens. Okay, we can have one juicing him up. Why does it not change? Oh, and that holding pause is in the wrong place now. Okay, let's just do that. What is this light doing? Okay, that light's completely broken now. Yo, this guy. How's it going, man? Okay. We have some issues here. Okay, I might have to chuck that light. I'm doing okay. I don't know why I'm struggling so much. It seems like the struggle bus has been my go-to the last couple of days. Okay, so we want to make that scale wait, and then this one should just stop it. It doesn't seem to want to stop. Hey, Mr. Human Limits. How are you doing? Okay, so this scaling is annoying. Because the time isn't being set correctly, right? So that's a bit weird. And now my level up's also being weird. I'll switch off the light. I'm not afraid. Let's do that. I don't know why that pillar was still there. That's a bit weird. Okay, but I'll have to take a look at that. But I think it's just it loops for 1 second. Yeah, but I mean, if you stop it, it should just stop, right? Play. And when you stop it, it just stops, right? Not sure why it wasn't stopping. Ah, very cool, Mr. Human Limits. Hey, you're already into polishing. Well, welcome to the next 2 years of your life, I guess. You're going to be polishing for a while. Okay, so let's see what this script does. This script should set the animation scale to the duration. Animate scale duration. Right? I don't know why it doesn't though. Like the duration is still 0.2 for some reason. Yeah, the duration of the animation, go figure. But it doesn't actually do anything. Well, it's new grief. I got most of it to work pretty well, and the problem is just like there's some funny things that don't make any sense to me right now. So the scaling, I set the duration of the animation, right? But it doesn't seem like it sets it. I don't understand why. I tell it to set it, but it just basically, so we get total duration, yeah, like the total duration. We get the duration from our strength. All right, duration is calculated between 1 and 6 seconds. Yeah, so it should be at least a second, but it doesn't update it. It's such a funny thing. I could even go here and I could do a debug.log and let's just get the duration here. Get the scale. Let's log the strength as well, right? Why not? And we can see all of them in the console. Probably with a bunch of other things as well. But I think the scale was working, like. We did get it to work yesterday. Some of these errors might be a problem. I don't know why I'm getting them though. Okay. Alright, so let's play. So, boom, we get our cool little effect. Not sure what this pillar thing is doing on top of me. Now, if we click on our character, we'll see that the scaling happens correctly, right? Yeah. And our 2.4 should be our duration. And I think... Okay, let's just do that. Let's add 3 of them. I want to see this duration be very long. So that is our duration, 2.4. So 7 seconds. And yeah, 47, 48. There we go. We go down. So the duration is definitely 7 seconds. But yeah, okay, I don't know. Why is that still there? Oh my word. Yeah, the problem is over here we have this scale, right? And even though the duration here is set to 7 seconds, this time doesn't update, which means the total play time, you see that? It just flashed by, because it thinks it's still 0.2 seconds, even though it's 7.2 seconds here. And that means it gets to the next part very quickly. And it... That's so annoying. I also don't know what this light's problem is. I think I'm gonna remove that. We're a big chicken. Yeah, the fact that this scale, because if I change it here, you can see the time is changing there. But when I change this animate scale duration in code, it doesn't actually change it. I don't know why. I don't know if there's something here. It's like... I could say exclude from holding pauses, and then I could just make this holding pause duration longer. That's kind of annoying though. You reckon there's another property? Okay, but why would it... Because this is what I'm changing, right? I saw that happen. And when I change it here, you can see the total player time is changing, and this specific scale feedback is also changing. Right, so this seems... Also do a debug mode, I guess. Oof. Oof. Okay, debug mode's complicated for this thing. Like, how do you even... Feedback list. Okay, this is our list of feedbacks. This is a holding pause. That's not my scale. This is my scale. yeah, so here it is, total duration. Right there. The total duration changes when I change it here. This is the only one that's exposed. Yeah. Yeah, definitely is. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna yeah, I think I'm just gonna fiddle with it. So I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna say exclude from holding pass, right? And then my holding pass duration I'm gonna change. So this is the scale pause. Right, I assume I can find this label. Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking I can find this label. So private MMF MMF holding let's damn it. Okay. I'm gonna call it the scale pause. Like so. And I'm gonna be scale pause equals MMF underscore player dot get feedback of type MMF holding pause. Right, I don't know. Can I give it a name here maybe? I think we can do that. I don't actually know. Yeah, so if we get feedback of type, string searched label. Yeah, okay. So that will now give us our scale pause. And then over here, if we just say scale dot duration. I don't remember what it was called. Pause duration. Duration equals, let's say duration. Let's subtract like 0.5 seconds. Just, you know. Just for the fun of it. So now I'm inserting a pause. So normally I would like the pause to happen because of the animate scale duration changing. So it changes the length of the pause. But now I'm actually gonna not do that. And I'm gonna add a pause myself. I'm gonna actually, let's add 1.5 seconds or subtract 1.5 seconds there. I'm doing this manually because there's problems. Let's see if this solves them. I'm not a fan of what I just did, but I've done it anyway. Okay, so now the pause duration will be changed based on the length, and hopefully that does change the thing in the correct way. Okay. I essentially just want the glow to go away again, you know, start and stop and have all this stuff nice and sequenced. Okay, let's do a base strength of 1. Play. Oh my greatness. Okay, so we're nice and glowy. And we go back down. It seems like almost all of the particles go away except for that one pillar thing in the middle. Okay. So if you ever get that big, it's a little bit annoying, actually. So it's cool. But I think I need to clamp... Not necessarily the size, but definitely the animations and that type of stuff, because I think it's cool if it's that strong, right? If you ever get to a strength of 100%, I want it to be that incredibly overpowered, but I don't want you to literally just not move. That feels bad. Right, so I think the movement, attack speed, strengths, I want to clamp those. Right, we can do a quick float here. Speed modifier equals, and we just do a math f dot clamp. Okay, so let's see, what do we want this thing to do? So it should be total strength times 100. Well, we can make it negative a total strength times 100. So currently, when total strength was 1, it reduces our movement by 100%, right? So, but let's make it... wait, which one is what? That's our minimum. So, our minimum can be negative 50, and our max... I don't really know if that makes any sense, but make it 100. Let me just plug those in there. Speed modifier. Yeah, so it would be negative total strength times 100. Now, if your total strength is 100%, I actually don't want it to reduce it by that much. 50% reduction is fine. Then we can at least still use the character. The max value doesn't really make any sense. Unless your total strength is positive. Well, is a negative number, but that's weird. But at least it clamps it on the negative, so that's okay. I think that'll be better. Now we can have a big chicken that's still able to move. The other thing I think is... why the hell, when we stop this particle, does that light bar not go away? That's my next question. So many fiddly stuff here. Everything else stops except for that. Right, the big one in the middle. The rest of the particles go away, but not that dumb one. Maybe we can just... like, what's your problem, man? You know what? We'll just deactivate you. That is now the effect. Okay. So let's just see if this works. And then we'll go on to the next part with the shaking ground explosions and stuff like that, right? Okay, so if we have somebody with 100% increase in size or something to that effect, this is what it would look like. Okay, but I can still move. And I can still hit, but unfortunately... Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, we do 6 damage at the moment, right? Then we do 20. Okay, that's kind of a cool idea. We still need to... We need to change the... I think the... Yeah. So our damage zone is still scaling correctly. The area in which we do damage when we're that big. Alright, so if I go Hulk. Yeah, so we still do damage in the correct area. That's good. Nice. So the main problem is the decal doesn't scale. Yeah, and that's kind of weird. Such a big chicken. Okay. I want a camera shake. Yes, I think so. I do believe a camera shake would be good. This walk animation is not getting scaled. This one is. It doesn't look right, does it? I need to figure out why that is. Maybe I shouldn't reduce his movement speed. I don't know. I should reduce his animation speed for sure, but... Yeah. Okay. We'll come back to that now. Gonna take a quick break. Gonna grab myself a coffee refill and do some other stuff. And then we can fix this, right? We can make it perfect. It will be perfect. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll let you guys watch the chicken go up and down. are back. Just get my chair in the right position again, and okay, that seems good enough. Okay, so here's kind of a problem. Well, it's not really a problem. We need to think about how lazy do we want to be now? How many corners do we want to cut? Because I could do two things here. I could just have the little damage zone bubble thing, explosion effect, whatever. The 6. Damn. It's higher than I thought. But okay, so I can have the little explosion bubble zone thingy play or fire or whatever you want to call it. Right, this one over here. Can I play it? How can I? Maybe I should go to the scene. Right. Oh, it does not scale, so that's a problem. Okay. But essentially this damage zone thing that I have going on over here, which is clearly not big enough. Why is only some of it playing sometimes? Anyway. Regardless. I can have that play on an interval, right? Every 0.5 seconds it goes and that causes damage around me. Or I can make it so that every time the chicken plants his feet, or any character for that matter, right? It's going to be anything. Every time a foot is getting placed, is getting put down, the shockwave gets sent out. And then it causes the damage, right? So obviously there's a correct way, or there's an ideal way here, and then there's the way that's easy and doable and quick to get around. So which way do we want to go here? Honestly, I think we're just going to go the easy way. For now. Maybe one day I can change it. But I think just doing it simply today is gonna save me a lot of headaches and pain and suffering and stuff like that, you know? So let's do it the easy way. Let's just get it to work at least on a timer. And then maybe we can think about making it work proper in some future update of the game, right? Okay, but I like my effects. I think they look okay. Where's this damage area? Okay. So the damage area, when we restart, doof. Now it doesn't really quite scale the way I'd like it to. So let's just open that up and scale it a little bit and see. Yeah, no, so that's not proper scaling, is it? Yeah. That's not good scaling. Okay, so that must mean most of these things are probably scaling mode local. They should all be scaling mode hierarchy at the minimum. Okay, now let's see when I scale this thing twice. Okay, that does look a little bit bigger if I scale it again. yeah, I mean... So, there's a couple of things we need to change here. So first of all, this ground crack one. Wait, why is it playing everything and not just the ground crack? Okay, let's see. This ground crack... The blast... I don't know if I like the blast, to be honest with you. The blast kind of takes it away for me. Yeah, I can work with these. I think I can work with them at least. Okay, that dust explosion also doesn't quite scale correctly. Let's do hierarchy there. And hierarchy there as well, I guess. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Alright, there's probably a couple of issues here still. Hey, Dianora. How's it going? How have you been? Okay. So we're gonna go into our status effect, and I think what we're gonna do. Okay, so we apply the status effect. Obviously, let's just get rid of that stuff. So it gets applied. We get big, right? And we have some kind of a duration here that we set up. Yeah, we basically want to do a private void. I would guess private. Deal damage. Something like that, right? So, I don't know, something like damage. Okay, so that's what we'd want to call, and we would need a couple of things. So I think, yeah, we would need the VFX. Let's call this a particle system instead, and it's gonna be not just VFX. I think it's gonna be damage. Whatever. Damage VFX. Oh, that's cool. An Unreal learning session. Yeah. I feel the need for a distraction sometimes as well. I'm not gonna lie. The bigger this game gets, the worse it becomes. It's like you just... Yeah. I've done many bad things in my time building this game. And they keep coming back to haunt me. So sometimes I also just want to get away. Why are you learning Unreal, though? What's wrong with Unity? Apart from all the things that are obviously wrong with Unity, I suppose you have your reasons. Well, I mean, Unreal is pretty realistic. If that's the type of graphics you want to go with. Yeah. Yeah, the bullet biting is not... yeah, like I just realized that I've made two different systems to buff my characters. Or not systems, but two different approaches to doing it. I realized that earlier today. So the one thing I did was I'd use floats as multipliers. And then in another place, I use the percentage. So I have these two types of numbers. One is like 0.5 and the other one is 150. And both of them somehow contribute to applying a buff to my character, but in completely different ways. Which is kind of annoying. And I have to go back and actually just change all of that so that it's consistent. But yeah. Yeah, okay. You just do it once in a while. Yeah, it's good to keep your... well, just to add some more things to your tool belt. Are you doing Unreal with C++, or are you doing the... They have that graphing coding thing, the visual programming stuff. I don't know if that's any good though. Yeah, okay, blueprints. Just using blueprints. Okay. Okay, so when we deal damage, we play, and we obviously want to do a little bit of an explosion event or something around us. I guess we could just steal from the bomb. Or from the fireball, right? We've done this so many times. We could have maybe, instead of copying this piece of code every time, it's fine, I'll just copy the piece of code. It's not a problem. It's actually not a problem at all. Apart from when, except for when I'm trying to refactor something, then it's a massive problem. Because then I have to find all the bits of code that I copied everywhere. Yeah, okay, let's see. We have this meteor manager, and when it explodes, it should do something like this. That is a general explosion code that I'm using for many things. Night passive effect. So when you explode, we want all of this to do. Okay, so this is just going to be called the damage radius. You know what? I'm being dumb. Let's be less dumb. So let's just do something like this. Private float. We do that. Cheers, Dinara. Have a good evening. Private layer mask. Enemy. Is it called enemy layer? Yeah. Enemy layer. We just grab that from somewhere. And then damage. Private float damage. Okay, so the night passive effect does all those things as well. Okay, now we can just rename them if we feel like it. So this could just be our damage radius. Right, that's fine. We should also grab a gizmo, which I kind of just copy as well. Yeah, let's just grab this gizmo. So we know we can see the damage radius. Like so. And let's take a sip of our coffee. Nice. Alright. Okay, our damage radius, let's make it a serialized field. And I guess we can make the damage that as well, so I can tweak this. But obviously these are going to be different, so whenever we apply the passive effect, we get a strength and all that good stuff, and we play our feedbacks. And I think our damage should change. Okay, I need to be careful here. Okay, maybe we do this a little bit differently. So we can have a start. Since we're scaling stuff, it's good to just store the start values. Something like that. And we don't have to expose these ones. Yeah, something like that instead. And then we can do damage is equal to start damage multiplied by 1 plus strength, right? So whatever our strength is, it's gonna increase it, and then our damage radius will be equal to the same thing. That seems good. Yeah, and now the start values I can set up to make, well, just to make it seem correct at least. Scripts have compile errors. Do they really? Night passive effect. No man, I'm pretty sure I fixed all of the problems here. Yeah, it's just hot reload complaining. It's hot reload complaining ahead of time, like it does. Okay, I think everything is settled. What? How do I have... these are old errors. Okay. Okay, so let's look at our night status effect. Or character status effect for that matter. Okay, so the damage could be something like 5, I don't really know. And the radius should obviously not be 0. Okay, so... Oh, I need to switch on the gizmos. Why is it not drawing? And this is the particle system. Why am I not seeing the damage radius? Oh. This is why. This should be the start damage radius. Just so I can see it sized correctly at the beginning. And then it can scale, obviously. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now what we can do is, yeah, so we can have this thing kind of explode. Okay, we can see how big it is. And now we can go in and change our radius so it's appropriately sized. So let's say that is the damage area. 1.8-ish. Yeah. Okay. That looks okay. Okay, now another thing we could do is our damage VFX and dot local. Do I need to change the local scale? I don't know. I feel like I might have to. Let's do it and see what happens. Okay, so it's just going to be this value. Okay, now when do we play it? So we need an update. Some kind of a timer to run. Okay. Private load. Now. Don't have to do this in an update. We can do deal damage. Private coroutine. Right, we can do something like that, and then we can do enumerator deal damage. Okay, return yield. I never remember how to do this. Let's go to my passive effect manager. I'll never remember. I've never really done it, really, so that's also kind of a thing. It's a new thing to me. So we can yield return for 0.5 seconds, maybe. Okay, and what we can do, so we can call deal damage. So what we could do is deal damage update equals start coroutine deal damage. Right. What? Okay, I'm doing something wrong. I knew not. Okay, that seems okay. What did I do incorrectly? Yeah. What? Cannot convert from void to string. Did I use the wrong keyword there? Don't think so. Oh, this is... Oops. Yes, okay. I see now. My naming is wrong. Okay, let's rename this to deal damage routine. And this one will rename to deal damage update. It's my bad. Okay. Okay. So once we start the coroutine, so what I'm thinking is, I'm gonna work this like a normal update loop, but we should be able to stop the coroutine on occasion, right? Okay, we essentially just want to call deal damage with this coroutine every 0.5 seconds. Which, if you put it that way, I could probably have just done this instead. And then... yeah, like, what's the point? Boom. Yeah, we don't need this one. That's dumb. Yeah, so we start the coroutine for dealing damage. That makes more sense. And maybe we don't start it here. Might make more sense to start it here. Maybe we assign it and then we do stop all coroutines maybe at start. Just as a... Oh, okay, yield break would return it early. Alright, cool. Oh wait, I had my while loops in here, didn't I? If I want this thing to loop while so normally I would say while true deal damage. So this doesn't work. That's interesting. Okay, so it doesn't like to start a coroutine like this, even though that is a routine, but it can stop it like that. So I guess... yeah, I basically need to do this again, hey? Is that what you're saying? Okay, but anyway, so this would start this routine. Now, while true, that's an interesting one. So, I could just stop the coroutine by just changing this, essentially. So I can have a... Yo, nice, Panda. Good morning. I am doing well. How about you? Okay, so it's just to stop the coroutine, but if I just make this false, then it will go and... would it actually stop? And if I make it true again, will it start again? I'm actually not sure. How does that work? So if I don't actually call stop coroutine, and I flip this from false to true, will it just continue playing then? Ah. Okay, so I could do a public void stop damage. No. I want to create that boolean now. Bool. Passive active, right? And on enable, I just want to make sure passive active equals false. And on disable, passive active should be false as well, just in case. No problem. Nice, Panda, it's fine. You don't have to help me with code, I can figure it out. And there's other people who've been awake for a whole day now. They can help me. Yeah, so we could do passive active. And we could essentially just do passive active equals true here. Right. And then when we stop, let's call this stop passive. Right, we can just make passive active equals false. Okay, so that should stop this, but does it actually stop the coroutine? Oh, it'll just reach the end. Okay. So once it breaks out of the loop and it gets to that bracket, the coroutine is essentially stopped. But then to start it up again, I would need to do... I can't just say passive active equals true again. So effectively what I've done is I've just made it possible to stop the coroutine by flipping a boolean. Interesting. No, I don't want that necessarily. It's fine if it stops. Yeah, no, I don't want a while true necessarily. I'm just thinking about how this interacts. Because I could just do a while true, right? And then I could just do, on the stop, I could just do stop coroutine. And then give it the deal damage routine, right? I could do that as well. And then I don't have to flip the... Yeah, it would be already stopped, I know. But what I mean is, if I did this, if I made it true, yeah. If I stopped it like that, would it stop executing, or would it actually continuously execute without waiting? I have no idea. Or like, does it just stop the whole function from... It'll stop. Okay. That is interesting. So I can work with either the passive active true false, or I can just do the loop like this. Or I can do both. No, wait, that's not what I want. I don't need to do both though. Okay, let's just do it this way. Okay, so we just need to stop the passive. And that we can do with an event, which would be from this thing, events, on complete, we can just add no, this one. Why can't I see stop passive? It is a public void. I should be able to see it unless there's another problem here and it didn't compile. Oh, it might be hot reload that's being dumb. Hot reload could definitely be dumb here. It sometimes doesn't do... it doesn't update stuff that you would normally be able to see in the inspector. Okay, so now... we can grab that and then do stop passive once it's complete. Okay. So that will at least allow it to do damage and play a sound. Let's also just do damage visual effects dot play. Right, we want to play this. Oh wait, I already play it. Yeah. Okay, is that it? Is that really it? Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. It might be very small. I am scaling it, but the start scale might be very small. So let's just see. Let's just see how this looks. And then we can go back and fix it if it needs it. If fixing is required. Okay. Okay, that happened. I don't know what that was about. Something played on Awake, let's just say. I mean, it's doing something. Let's see if it does damage to this totem if I stand next to it. The sound effect's obviously terrible. I mean, it's doing something. I mean, it's a little bit weird. Let's see if I run around what it looks like. Interesting. That is definitely something. It doesn't seem to be doing damage, right? No, it's definitely not doing damage. It is playing the effect. Oh, it's... excuse me, that's just me being a dumbass again. Yeah, I didn't define the enemy layer. Enemy layer equals or layer mask dot get mask, and then we just have to call enemy. Is that the only one I want? Might be. How do you add masks again? I can't remember. There's a way to do that. It's kind of ridiculous how many things I forget. Is this normal? Should I be worried? Okay, this is how you add things. Okay. Let's add... Yeah, let's just do actually all of those. There we go. I'll get there eventually. Okay. I guess it's a little bit overwhelming, the amount of stuff I'm learning right now. Okay, so it's playing every 0.5 seconds. It's playing a terrible sound. Okay, we'll change the sound effect now. Let's just see if it does damage. And let's actually pay attention with the scaling, because I wasn't paying attention whether or not it scaled correctly. It's still gonna play immediately, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, it was not happy about something. The cursor? What? I'm sorry, I did not change anything in the cursor just now. Did you guys see me change anything in the cursor? I don't think I did. Let's try that again. I'll just call that a Unity oopsie. Definitely wasn't me. That's better. Okay, we do a couple of explosions just to start off our day. Now, if we do one level up, we can stand next to this thing and see what happens. Wow, that starts immediately. Okay, but it did damage. Now if we do it again with 3 of them. Right, I mean, it does something. I see the scale has changed. Okay, we'll figure out some other things again. Let's spawn a couple of enemies and destroy them. 130. Okay, let's just run around. They'll soon get a taste. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I like it exactly. I also don't like the fact that it scales back down. Okay, so we definitely have a couple of problems still. One of the issues is the damage starts too soon, right? That's clearly a problem. This thing just starts out guns blazing, so I think I wanted to have a little bit of a delay. Where did we... Night passive effect. Maybe I put the yield at the front. That might be better, right? I think that might be better. So it waits for 0.5 seconds first before it starts exploding. Yeah. Okay, then the sound... You see now, this is where... Okay, so doing it on a loop is not nice, but... It's not... It's not good. Something's not right. Also, I think I don't want the coroutine in here. I think we do it here for the first time. Yeah, so this is my issue here. I feel like it should happen when he takes a step, right? That or the effect should be a little bit different. So it should be like a continuous rumbling maybe, and not a boom, 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 boom. Like just a continuous rumbling effect. The damage could be applied once in a while, but the rumbling should be like a continuous shaking. Or something like that. I don't even know how to do that. Okay, but this is at least gonna get the idea across, right? Of kind of what's happening here. And I think that's also kind of important. We just need to remember that this doesn't have to be the final thing. It just has to be pretty good, so that when you play the game, you get the idea, right? You can see the vision, and then the visual effects can evolve and get better. The effects can improve over time. But for now, it's good if you can at least understand where the what the intention was behind a specific ability or effect, right? Because fine-tuning these is, well, that's obviously a whole thing that you can do for another extra 10 years. Okay, so that's still played. Okay, let's get... Damn! I feel like I need to be faster. Spawning in 50 frogs at a time is not a good idea. That was a little interesting. Can we get gizmos? Oh, my word, okay. Gizmos might be a bad idea. Just see something. I don't think... rigging a character in Blender. Yeah, good luck with that. Rigging, and then you have to do white painting. That's super annoying. Like, it's cool that I get big, but I don't know if I'm really happy with it. As cool as it might seem, the fact that I also get slowed, it kind of messes it up for me a little bit. Like, I don't like that effect. I think the slow is a little bit annoying. So maybe we should slow down the animation playing speed, just so it looks proper, but not necessarily slow down our character actually. Right, so we just change the play speed of the animation so it looks appropriate. We don't actually reduce the overall movement speed. Yeah. I think that's something I might want to do. What if we do the opposite, actually? I'm gonna just try something real quick. What if we do, instead of reducing our speed, what if we increased our speed? I am not sure about this, but let's give it a try. I might have to rebuild the whole applying buff system, because it's very painful if you want to do something like change an animation speed but not necessarily change the actual movement speed, if you know what I mean. Like, I want to be able to make the animation slower while making the movement faster. And or keeping the movement the same while the animation plays a little bit slower. That might be more correct. Okay, but let's just have a feel, see what this could feel like. Okay, so we go faster the bigger we get. I feel like, okay, you shouldn't go faster. I don't think that's correct. Yeah, going faster is a bit weird. Okay, let's take out the movement speed modification completely. Let's actually take out the attack speed modification as well. Because I kind of feel like the character gets shit, and that's not fun. Right? And maybe we want to do a character buff. Yeah, let's just copy this, because yeah, apply buff, not damage but armor. Well, damage and armor, right? We can make both stronger, and I'm not sure if armor applies the same way. We'll see how it applies the armor increase. But let's take out movement and attack speed. Like I said, I want the animations to go slower, but not the overall thing. right? So I'm going to have to change the way those works. And not apply a direct buff, but rather a animation modifier only based on the size. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Let's see what this looks like. How was that an unsupported change? Seriously. Hot reload. Let's see. Okay, so we get bigger. That's not so bad. Let's make it so that one of these chickens are super powerful. Okay, we definitely need to change the animation speed at least. I think that is a requirement. Okay, also seems like the damage area is not increasing in scale correctly. Alright, can we see the damage area? I guess it's that one over there, hey? Well, we can try and test it out. Yeah, like my swing... actually, yeah, my swing area is also not increasing. Ah, okay. The trigger increased, but not the actual swing. Let's stand closer to this one and just test the damage. Okay. Yeah, no, it seems like that little circle there is my damage area, so there's a problem there as well. Okay, so I also don't really like the way the decals look. Oh, that's not even a decal, to be honest. And that might be part of the problem. I don't like it that much. Okay. Overall, I think that's good enough for today, guys. I'm gonna call it there, and go do my some other work. It is Monday after all, so we can't be doing this too much today, unfortunately. So we'll go say hello to Spadges, see what he's doing. And yeah, that's basically it. I'll see you guys not tomorrow, I don't think. My Tuesdays are a bit funny. Yeah. But I'll see you guys next time regardless. So cheers, everybody.